Hello and welcome everyone already. I see people are well prepared. I see already a lot of people. Wow. 10 minutes in advance. We're only 10 minutes in advance and I'm just going to show you. I'm showing you a little how beautiful the weather is. It was the whole day, gray skies, raining the whole time. And just literally 1 minute ago, the sun was coming through. The sun was coming through. You see there's a guy still standing over there with an umbrella, prepared for the rain. And you always, if you're in Amsterdam, you always have to be prepared for the rain. So also my guest for today, and I love that she is here. Over here, look at that. And what did she have with her? Two important things. One is the umbrella in your favorite color, I found out.
Yes, exactly.
In her favorite color of blue. And also, this little pal is of course also joining. What does he have on his shirt? The future is bright. I think that's a good one. The future is bright. Your future is bright, of course. So, okay, I'm gonna change the screen. So you see both of us. I see already about 40 people. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. So now you can see us together. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're gonna start this tour, by the way, officially in about 9 minutes, 8-9 minutes from now. I'm always asking people to help me because I don't see the time myself. But now I have.
You have me.
You have me, so you can easily check when it is. So, but we're standing over here in a beautiful area, and I'm really excited that we're gonna do this tour together. And thank you that the sound is good. Because we're not, as you can see, we're not using any earphones or anything. So, because earphones are only working for one person, and I could not find, I had a system for two, but I couldn't find it.
Oh.
Sorry for that. So we have to just let us know if we're not talking loud enough. If you cannot hear, then we will do it. Then we will do it again. So, but I'm really excited to have so many people, and hello everyone. So I see hello Leslie, hello Tish, hi Lynn, hi. Can you see it, Anna, or not?
Hardly.
Yeah,
it's so tiny.
It is tiny and it is sunny also. That's the thing. We're now looking into the sun. You have your sunglasses. That's also the thing, by the way, in Amsterdam. You're always your umbrella or your rain jacket. I have my rain jacket with me, and also your sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's good to have both of them.
But that's also my habit from Israel. My eyes got so sensitive to sunlight that I just cannot do without sunglasses.
Okay.
So I always have them on. It's like a habit. I should again, get back to the habit of wearing an umbrella with me. Just like in St. Petersburg times when I would have umbrella all year round, even in winter. And sometimes I would have to actually pull it from my back in December, in January.
Yeah.
And now again need to get back to this habit of wearing umbrellas with me. I already left this one a couple times in different places.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be back into... okay, it's maybe not St. Petersburg weather, but it's more like that.
It's more like that. I don't know why people are so depressed about the rain, honestly. I haven't had rain in 8 months, and I'm happy when it rains. Just like in the song.
Okay, I will talk to you again in 2 months from now if it has been raining for 2 months. So, and if you have been drowned 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
So that is more for most people in the Netherlands, that after at the start of the autumn, and it's just like, okay, I can handle it, and then in February almost the whole country is depressed. waiting for the sun, waiting for the sunlight, like what we have right now, by the way. So this is a good one.
No, it's literally a minute before Stephan tuned in. Before that, the entire day was really gloomy and gray, just like I like it, I'm not complaining, of course. I love the sunlight, and it does add, to the vibe. But
that's true. So, and I found a little place that is a little related still to Israel, because we're standing here in front. I'm just going to turn a little.
Yeah, sure.
Because we're standing in front of a beautiful olive tree, and to be honest, here on the square, there's not one, There are about, I didn't count them, about 10 different really old olive trees. So and the interesting thing is they placed them over here some years ago because of course climate change and it's getting hotter and hotter in the Netherlands. So they were saying like it should be ready to have some olive trees over here. So they placed them over here, but then already the first winter, several of them died. So then they changed it, and since that time, in wintertime, if it's really getting cold, they're placing plastic around it. So maybe if we do a tour over here in January or February, they will be surrounded by plastic to keep them warm.
Yeah,
so
of
it's
course.
not completely ready for that. So, and let's see, who do we have further? So I think you can also see it a little better.
Well, if I just do it like this. Sorry, don't take the postcards, please. I look horrible. No, honestly.
Okay,
Oh, Joanne, good to see you. Hi, Laura. Stephanie, Tish, hello.
And Laura
Hey.
and Bonnie, also welcome.
Yay.
And Karen.
Hi, Karen. Ooh. Oh, you told my story in the Holocaust Museum yesterday. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. I keep getting so many messages from the Haygoers, from my viewers and just my followers on the socials who actually have never seen my tours, but they know my story. And people, well, just keep reaching out to me and expressing how well their support, and I just wish to help. I'm touched beyond words. Thank you so much. Thank
It's
you.
lovely. It's lovely. It's lovely to see. It's lovely to see. Every time when I'm seeing Anna, of course, she's now a little more nearby, but then she's like, "Oh, sorry, I have to check some messages because I got new messages on Facebook, on Messenger, everywhere." So
Yeah.
it's really lovely.
Many of them are still unread.
Yeah. So, but of course, everyone welcome. We're going to start in 2 minutes from now. Thank you
Yeah,
again for
3 minutes.
telling the time. Yeah, and there's still, by the way, a crowdfunder that's still open. We already we received the first goal, but it's still there's a second goal. So that would be amazing. And it's also good to know that this tour today. For this tour today, all the tips that I'm getting are for Anna. So
I didn't know that.
No, that's true.
You don't need to. You don't have to.
That's don't worry.
I
So,
didn't know that, honestly. I would have dressed up. I don't know.
You would have dressed up. You are dressed up a little. And yes, of course, this is all live. This is live at this moment. What is the date today? 27th of October? 28th? I don't know. I forget that.
28.
28th of October. It
Yes.
is 5 p.m. almost in 1.5 minutes from now, or 2 minutes from now. So you get some new messages again.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry, dears. I will reply to each and every one of the messages. Just give me some time. It keeps coming in.
yeah. So no, but we're almost ready because what we're gonna do today. And yeah, the clock changed tonight. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for reminding me. So, and I never know. Is it going back? Is it going forwards? Do we have an extra hour to sleep or 1 hour less? I never know.
Me too.
But what I remember from winter time is that tomorrow it will be different. It will be different. And spring forward. Fall back, spring forward. Okay.
Yeah, just save
Okay.
light.
So the time is going back. So do we have then 1 hour less to sleep, isn't it? Or more? No, more. One more. I'm getting lost already.
You see,
So
we're hopeless.
never ask me about your time zones. So I also know that of course for a lot of you at the other side of the world it is now somewhere in the morning or maybe start of the afternoon. So welcome wherever in the world you are. So we are ready, I think, to go. It is 9 minutes. I think it is time now.
Yeah,
it's
a minute to
59. So what I'm now gonna do, because we now have about 90 people. Wow, that's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot. So I'm gonna officially start this tour. My name is Stephan, if you did not know that yet. A guide in the Netherlands and in Belgium, or mainly in the Dutch-speaking part of the world, but that's not very big part. And next to me, I think you also know her. But this is Anna, and I'm really grateful that you are now in Amsterdam. For how long is it? It's not even that long.
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks?
Today is Saturday.
Yeah.
So it's 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks.
Exactly 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks. And the interesting thing is, Anna came here 2 weeks ago. Of course, it was an interesting operation to get you into the Netherlands. And Anna said immediately to me, "Okay, I'm not just wanna be here. I also want to do something." So she started studying about Amsterdam. And the interesting thing is that this morning already, can I tell that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. This morning she did for the second time a tour for my company. For the second time already. So in 2 weeks' time, she is trained already to do a tour. And maybe even more interesting, it is the tour that I started doing as a virtual one.
Yes.
The Last Walk of Anne Frank. So she did today for some guests. I don't know, you had 3 guests, I think, this
Yes.
morning. She did the Last Walk of Anne Frank as an in-person tour. So that's amazing. That's amazing.
Hey.
So it is amazing to have you now in the team of guides doing a lot of cool tours in Amsterdam.
Thank you so much.
So
Stephan.
and this is the first one. This is the first one. There will
Yeah.
be a lot more. So, but for today, because you're only 2 weeks in Amsterdam, so I thought, like, let's take you around to some of the areas that you've maybe not seen yet. So we talked about it yesterday, and then you said, like, okay, yeah, the Jewish area and that area I haven't seen yet. So I thought, like, okay, let's take you over here, and we're gonna see some parts. I'm gonna tell you some parts, and also it is a little training. It's a little training for you. No, not completely.
Not that I'm tensed at
No,
all. Not
no.
that I'm worried.
No, that's good. That's good. And of course, Anna already, because she was already in the first day, she was saying immediately, "Give me books, give me things to study." So I gave her several books about Amsterdam history, of course also about Anne Frank, about the Jewish history, and she's been studying. She's been studying a lot already, so and that's why she already did. Can I book Anna? Yes, Michaela, you can. You can. You can. Already. So normally when people book a tour with me, I'm always saying that, yeah, we decide what the guide will be, but in this situation it will be a little different. So
Well, I'm gonna go hit the books then.
yeah. So so Michaela, let us know if when you come. Michaela was asking that. So let us know. Okay, this is a really good boat. Like what is written over there? This
It's
will
so
be crazy.
tiny, really.
I know. So and I'm holding it a little further away from myself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the screen. So we're gonna see what we are seeing right now, and then let's do a cool tour.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Now I can also give it a little more nearby. So I said already, we are over here in the Jewish area of Amsterdam. And that was a specific place that Anna also wanted to see a little more. So, and I asked you, of course, a little to study already.
Yeah.
So where are we exactly? What do you know already about this place?
So we're standing by the Portuguese synagogue, and it was constructed in 1600, 1670, 1675.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So we could say that the Jewish there has always been Jews here, but it wasn't like big communities. But after the Spanish Inquisition, in 1492, Jews were expelled from Spain, from Portugal. And then they would flee to Antwerp, but then the Spanish crown would also be there. Yeah, it would be there. They had to flee, and well, they found their safe haven in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
Yeah, and a little later, they actually built, at that point, the biggest synagogue in the world.
Yeah, let's go a little around so we can keep on.
Should I speak louder or is fine?
Can we all hear Anna? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Or is it not loud enough?
I don't see the comments at all. I'm so sorry.
I will do I will read. So, and then most probably in about 10 seconds from now we will hear, what were you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was worried about.
It's fine. Sound is good. Sound is great even. Okay.
Fantastic. I don't have to yell in Stephan's ear.
No. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. So I can hear you both. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, let's go a little to the side of this building. What you can see is all these white poles over here, by the way. That is to protect this building. Because of course, not only in the last weeks, but also in the time before, this was already a building that needs some extra protection. And that's why we see this whole row of white poles.
But they were here before.
They were here before. Yeah, it's not from the last weeks. So
Yeah.
just to give you a little the feeling of how big this building is, here you can see it from the side, the Portuguese synagogue. And Anna, do you know why? You talked before.
Yeah.
There were Spanish Jews coming over here, but it's called the Portuguese synagogue.
Yes.
Do you know why that is?
Yeah. Why didn't they say it's Spanish synagogue?
Exactly.
Because the Netherlands were fighting against the Spaniards and the Spanish crown. So from fighting against the Catholics. So why would the Jews who found a safe haven in here would name themselves after the country's enemies? So
That's a good one. That's always one of the questions that I'm getting a lot. Okay, until now you're approved.
okay.
Now it is, by the way, when we're standing here, I can tell you a little about this building. It is an amazing building also from the inside. We're calling it in Dutch the Grote Snoge, so the big synagogue. And as Anna said already before, it was the biggest synagogue for a long time in the world. The design is based on the palace of King Solomon. And the interesting thing is that the inside, it is still exactly the same as it was in 1672. So nothing changed since that time. And the Jews over here in Amsterdam, they were using this as the summer synagogue. As the summer synagogue, because inside, and it's still nowadays, there's no heating.
Wow.
There's no heating inside, and also, by the way, no electricity.
Is there sand still on the floor?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. So
I was thinking if it's summer synagogue, so they would add some beachy feeling. No.
originally they had, by the way, but for another,
Yeah.
but for, that was not to make it sandy, not for
Yes,
the beach feeling.
I know.
That's it. It's like no, but originally you can imagine that the winters in Amsterdam are not as cold as in St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
But a little colder than Israel, Anna. So you can maybe imagine that in these times that with no heating inside, if you have to go to the synagogue, that it was too cold.
Yeah.
So what they decided to have this big building over here as the summer synagogue, and at the same time they also had the winter synagogue, and that was in one of the little buildings here at the site. So we have over there in the corner just these little buildings around. One of them is the winter synagogue.
Oh.
The winter
okay.
synagogue, and that was the smaller one. So I'm just gonna hello everyone that's just joining. Yeah, we're still here together. So you're hearing two voices. So the winter synagogue, and Oscar is also there. Yeah. No, the winter synagogue. That was a lot smaller. So, but also the winter synagogue originally did not have heating. But it was so small, and everyone was standing like this. So, and then it was cold. And if you have enough bodies next to each other, then it was warm enough. So that's how they were just using the warmth of bodies of people together to make sure that it was so warm enough. But nowadays, the small synagogue, the winter synagogue, is, by the way, still in use. They have heating over there now, but the big one still doesn't have. So the only way to make it a little light and warmer is by candles. So they have about 1,000 candles inside, 1,000 candles inside, and these 1,000 candles, it is a little over 1,000, and that's really giving an interesting feeling. And because you are now in Amsterdam, one of the things that I want to take you to in the coming months, because in the winter months, and it's now start of the winter, in the winter months they have beautiful concerts inside.
Wow.
Concerts with the candle lights, and of course there is no electricity, so it's just acoustic. And it's really amazing to do that. So that's one of the interesting things if you're coming in wintertime in Amsterdam, to have the winter concerts in the Portuguese synagogue.
Wow. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, so let's see. Hello everyone. Okay, I'm just gonna change the screen again. and we're gonna walk a little towards some other highlights of Amsterdam.
Oh, I love it. You have no idea how I miss the yellow leaves, you know, the foliage. I just
Yeah,
I
okay.
haven't had it in a year and a half.
Okay, you like these the yellow and brown and red
Yes,
and trees and
yes.
everything?
I miss that very much.
Okay.
Well, you know, like now. Okay, where are the palm trees? Like so I sometimes look out of the window and see something is missing. Like I don't see the palm trees, and now you know, I know I'm not in Israel, but you know, you get used to things so quickly. So
you're now getting but yeah, I told you already the weather over here in wintertime, it is nothing compared to St. Petersburg.
yeah.
I mean, I brought already, look, prepared for Dutch weather. I brought my gloves, very
Wow.
thin ones, by the way. So, but that's the most you need in the Netherlands normally.
Okay.
So, but maybe if you're lucky in the coming time, you will have some nights where it's under zero, or you can have some ice on the canals, but not a big chance.
Okay.
Not a big
chance.
not a very big chance. What's the weather in Israel? What is the weather in Israel right now? Yeah, Israel. What was the weather in Israel in the? You have been there 8 months in total?
No.
Oh,
I mean, we haven't had rain for not
sorry.
6 months or
6
so.
months.
Yeah. Oh, because it was summer, and right now exactly the weather is changing to sort of a winter season. In
Yeah.
Israel, they call it winter.
Try to get to the other side. Of course, on a place where there's no crosswalk, so you have to be a little careful.
We are doing it the Israeli way.
Oh yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty
Welcome to
normal.
Amsterdam. It's here normal too. By the way, it is good to know. I'm just gonna show you what we're seeing
wow.
right now. This lovely Amsterdam
Ah,
in the autumn. So we have over here a canal that is called the Nieuwe Herengracht. So the New Lord's Canal. And why is it called new? Because this part of the Lord's Canal is built about 100 years later than the first part of the Canal of the Lords. But we're still in the city center. She's taking a picture of me at the same time. So, but look how beautiful it is with the sunset
Wow.
almost, and then the drawbridge there at the other side. And yeah, this is a beautiful part of Amsterdam, and this is all the former Jewish area.
yeah.
So there's not so much to see anymore of the ghetto that we had here in Amsterdam, but you can still see some parts of it. And then here at the left side, I'm just turning a little. We are now next, by the way, to one of the one of the biggest streets in Amsterdam. That's here at the left side, and here in front of us, and yeah, the Jewish area. We've been talking a little about the time when Jews came over here, 16th, 17th century. In the 18th, 19th, and even 20th century, there were more Jewish people coming over here. But of course, also something terrible happened here in World War II, and not only in the Netherlands. The Holocaust. And from the Jews that were living in Amsterdam, just to give you an idea, in 1940 there were about 80,000 Jews living in Amsterdam.
Yes.
80,000.
140 in the country.
Yeah,
1,000 in the country.
Yeah, 140,000 in the country, and about 80,000 of them were living in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the majority of these people did not survive.
Yes.
About from the 80,000 in Amsterdam, 65,000 were killed. And from the 140,000, and if you think about these numbers, it's still unbelievable.
Absolutely.
But from the 140,000 in the Netherlands, 102,000 did not survive. And what they did very recently, and I'm just going a little more nearby. We have a beautiful view, by the way, over here with the glass, because we're standing here in front of the name memorial. So we have the glass on top, and under there, and we're now standing just next to it. Under there we have the walls. And you can see there are stones. There are all kind of there's brickwork.
It's like 100,000 bricks on it.
102,000 bricks are used over here, and every brick has the name, and not only the name, also the age and the day that they were born. So this is to remember all the people that did not survive the Holocaust in the Netherlands. So the national memorial is placed over here. It opened about 1.5 years ago, and it is already amazing, and very strong memorial. And what you can see over here, and maybe Anna, you know that, in front of the brickwork with all the names, you have all the stones.
Yes.
And where's that coming from?
Oh, it's just, well, it's the way, you know, the commemorated. So we don't put flowers on the graves. I say we. I'm not Jewish.
You're not Jewish.
Yes,
no.
but you see, I already identify myself with Israelis, and well, it's interesting because I'm not really sure about my identity anymore. It's like a person of the world, I guess. So you put stones on the graves, and that's why we see all those stones here.
Yeah.
And you know, there's something. Can you share something?
Yeah, of course.
So I have never been to this area in my life. I've been to Amsterdam before once, but I never really got that far to the Jewish quarter, which is a little bit further from the old area of the city. And as I entered the area, I probably this is how I can
yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. So as you walk, there are this like small cobblestones, right?
It's better.
Better here?
No, so they can also see you.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay, it's the stepping stones.
Yeah, the stumble stones.
Yeah, the stumble stones. The stumble stones. And so you can see them about 1,000, I think, in Amsterdam, as far as I researched.
At this moment, but it's growing. It's growing fast.
It's growing. And you can find them everywhere across Europe as well. And they're going to be adding up more and more. So this is the tradition started quite recently, that next to the houses where Jews used to live, they would be placed these stones, and we normally say like the names, when they were born, when they were deported, and when they died, if they know about the fate of these people, because there are still some of these bricks empty, because we still don't know about actually the fate, you know, the final days of many of those Jews. So there's still more names will be added. I think there you can see the empty bricks right over here.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I just noticed this. And well, like as you walk in Amsterdam, well, you see a couple of these stones here, couple there, but just the moment I entered the Jewish area, it was the entire street, you know, like more than a dozen, I think about 20, just on the way, like from the beginning of the Jewish quarter to the Jewish museum, and I couldn't believe it. So the entire neighborhood wiped out.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to think about, and that is mainly in this area. So that's why we're also calling it the Jewish area. Although nowadays there are not a lot of Jewish people living here anymore. Even nowadays, the Jewish population in Amsterdam is still about 15,000. So they didn't grow since World War II anymore. So there were about 15,000 people coming back to Amsterdam, and that's still the size of the population. So that also means that the synagogue that we were seeing, this original Sephardic synagogue, it is still in use, but nowadays the population of the Jewish community is so small that there are not a lot of people coming there anymore. So most days of the week it is in use as a museum. So and most of the Jewish population now is living in the southern part of Amsterdam. So not in this area anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I met Stephan today, one of the first things, just also to add, because it's like really tangible. Well, we're telling you the story, it's horrible, but when you actually see the physical evidence, I mean, it really like gives you shivers. And when we just met today before the tour, I asked Stephan, well, it's interesting architecture here. Why just next to a building constructed in 1670, 1675, there is a pretty ugly modern building, and why there are so many of them? And then Stephan told me, because the places where the new buildings are now constructed used to be the Ashkenazi like small like slums and poor houses, because most of the community, of course, were poor people, and those people just did not return from Auschwitz, from other concentration camps, and they were empty. And this is like a dawn on me, the huge, like vast areas empty. Like this is like when you actually you see the history, you can feel it, and this is when it dawns on you.
Yeah, because she was literally asking like, where is that Jewish area? And I said like, yeah, there's not a lot left. There's not a lot left, sadly enough. I'm just gonna change. So let's walk a little more, because I also want to show you a little more than only. So let me see. Yeah, I see several questions about the Anne Frank house. That is at the other side of the city, so we're not very nearby, because the Franks, they were living. Oh, maybe we can do a little of the garden over here.
Yeah.
No, the Franks, they lived in the southern part of Amsterdam, so not in the Jewish area. And we're now getting into a beautiful area, one of these, for me, always hidden gems in Amsterdam. And this garden over here is you just have to go a little around some people, but no, this garden over here, you can see how beautiful it is. It is the back garden of what used to be, until 2 months ago, the Hermitage of Amsterdam. So we have the bigger building here at the end, made in the typical Dutch classicism style. But that used to be the Hermitage Museum. And all the buildings around, because it was of course not originally a museum, but this area over here, this used to be the area that was built in the 17th century for older women. Mm-hmm. We had in the 17th century in Amsterdam a lot of women that lost their husband. Mm-hmm. And you can maybe imagine why that was.
Sailors that didn't come back?
Exactly.
Yay!
So yeah.
I mean, I'm not happy they didn't come back.
So of course Amsterdam in the 17th century was the. Sorry, I'm just walking around a little. There's a little. Sure. No, Amsterdam in the 17th century was, of course, very powerful, and there were a lot of sailors working with or working for the Dutch East Indies Company, and they were all men. So the women were staying home, the men were going on their ships, and and what happened is that not all these men came back. Yeah. From all the ships that were going, for example, to Indonesia, about 10 to 15% got lost. So most of them just came into a storm and did sink somewhere on the way. That was just part of the risk. But of course, also there were men that were sailing and maybe they found someone else in South Africa or in, let's walk a little, or for example in, it's a little swampy over here in the garden. So there were a lot of women that lost their husbands, and in the 17th century in Amsterdam, it was still a lot more religious than it was right now. And it was not, if you lost your husband, then as a woman, you were not allowed to live on your own anymore, or that was completely undone. So what they did is they built all over the city, and most of it was with money of the Dutch East Indies Company or the money of some of the traders. They were starting to build housing for all these people. And over here, what we have over here is one of the biggest places. A place originally only for women. By the way, later on it was also used for men. So times are changing sometimes. But a place for about 400 women that lived over here in what we now call Museum at Heart. So we can see it a little. Museum at Heart. So that is the new name since about 2 months only right now. And the Dutch word heart means heart. So it's only the E is missing. And of course there's art inside. So it is an art museum. Used to work together with the Hermitage from 2009 until the war with Ukraine started.
Yeah.
So, but under Amsterdammers, we still know this place as the Hermitage. Although since 2 months now, it is a little different.
I think they decided to break all the connections, with Russia just once Russia invaded in Ukraine, of course. But it took them some time, I think, right, to just do all the renaming thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So at the front part, you still, or at least the last time I was there a month ago, I think I still had the name Hermitage.
Oh.
But so maybe that will also be removed. But of course it's a sad thing, because in the 90s when Russia was opening, that was the moment that the Hermitage, and I think, Anna, you know how many artworks are there in the Hermitage?
Oh yeah, 3 million.
3 million.
100,000. Yeah.
3 million. How many are visible for the public, I mean?
Oh, just 15%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 15%. Oh, that's still about 400,000 pieces. So, but of course, a lot of the pieces were not visible for the public. So what the Hermitage did is they decided to work together with museums in Amsterdam and to open up their collection, and also because there's a lot of Dutch art in the collection of the Hermitage. So a lot of the Dutch art was placed over here. But sadly enough, now not anymore. But what the museum did, because it is still an art museum, they now started working with museums in France, in the British Museum in London. I don't know exactly the names. And a museum in Washington, in London, and in Paris.
Oh, so it's going to be some loans from museums, some temporary exhibitions.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, and while we're walking over here, so it is still a beautiful place to visit, by the way, if you come to Amsterdam. And Anna, you were talking before about stumblestones.
Yeah.
And stumblestones is also something that you can see over here, although it is a little different. But we are over here on another canal. And here at my other side, you can see all these houses. They're still, the one over there, you can see 1733. But several of the houses were from the end of the 17th, start of the 18th century. And a lot of these houses were in the hands of Jewish families. So also this was part of the bit windy. Okay, that's good to know. I'm sorry that it's windy. I see.
Windy.
We can hear the winds. Okay, yeah, it is always windy in Amsterdam, although it is a blue sky. So hopefully you can still hear us a little. No, but most of these houses were from Jewish families, and sadly enough, it is the same story as in a lot of other parts of Amsterdam, that most of them did not survive. So someone was living over here some years ago, and she's still living there, and she decided that she wants to remember all these people. And what they did is they designed the so-called, and I know it's a little windy, they designed the so-called shadow quay, the shadow side of this beautiful canal. So literally the shadow side of this beautiful canal. And we can see over here in the middle, there is a number, that's 12. That means these are the people that were living in house number 12, exactly here at the other side. And
Someone was just 1 year old.
Yeah, and what we can see, this is of course a lot of sad stories over here, but we see over here several families, several members of families who all lived over here. So just to give you one example, we have over here Walter Leip and Elisabeth Leip Reindorp, 30 years old and 27 years old. And they were brought to Auschwitz, as you can see, together with their kids, Gustav and Fried Gonda, from 2 and only 1 years old. And as far as possible, they also placed the day that they were killed in Auschwitz. So on the 17th of September 1943. And what you can also see, and it's really terrible to see, but if you know a little about Auschwitz, when families came over there, then what happened is that immediately women and kids were sent to the gas chambers immediately. So you can see the dates of these 3 are the same, but not from Walter. Oh, Walter was even, it's earlier. Yeah. Or this is a mistake, or he was already there earlier. Because in most situations, now my story is not good now anymore, because in a lot of situations you see that the man died later, because he had to do some work first for the Nazis before he died. So,
but here it checks.
Yeah, here
Abraham,
it checks.
Yeah,
okay.
He died 2 years after, I think, his wife maybe.
Yeah,
Kaya.
can be. So, and yeah, it is heartbreaking. And these are just, what is it? 4, 8, 16 names. 16 names that lived exactly at house number 12. And that is over here. This is house number 12.
The entire house?
Entire house, yeah. There were big families living here.
Yeah.
Big families were living here. 12 people in only that house. 4 levels. So... And just then you go to the neighbors.
I think it's super windy today.
Yeah, this is maybe a little too windy now. It is. And then at number 10, as you can see, there are also several other names, other families that were living over here. So number 10. And then number 6 and 8. So it's going on and on and on.
What are these stones called once again?
These stones, this is a project that started by people who lived at the other side, and they were calling it the Shadow Quay.
The Shadow Quay.
Of in Dutch, the Schaduwkade. So, and the interesting thing is that before I was guiding, look at the beautiful sky in the meantime, but before I was guiding, for a time, I had to be a lot in one of the bigger buildings at that side of the canal. And then I came on my bike, cycling here over the canal, cycling at the side of the canal, alongside the quay, and I never knew for a long time that all these names are over here. Because it's so subtle. If you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the other side. A little. I'm just giving you, you can see me. I'm just giving you some postcards opportunities too. So, look at this. It is a dramatic sky. Yeah, you can maybe imagine, and I'm saying this more often on my tours, why there are so many famous Dutch painters if you have this landscape, if you have these skies. You always have these dramatic skies. So, but we're standing over here next to some other water. And have you been here already, Anna, or not?
No, it's the first day. It's my first time. I haven't been to this side.
No, not to this side. Okay, because what we're seeing over here is not a canal.
Yeah.
This is the Amstel River.
Yeah.
Very important for the city of Amsterdam. So the water is still coming into the city via this river, and this is also where the name Amsterdam is coming from. So originally they built, and that is about 800 years ago now.
Happy birthday, Amsterdam, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Happy belated birthday.
It's good to know. Just one moment. I want to show you. We should have brought champagne, because yesterday it was some days before it was your birthday, by the way. You did an amazing tour that I missed. But yesterday it was the birthday of Amsterdam. And guess how old Amsterdam became yesterday? Just do a little guess. So I said something about how long ago the dam was built, but that was not exactly how old the city is.
Yeah.
So just let's see if we get some answers. 700 year, I see. That's the first guess. Okay,
No,
700. Don't say. No. What did you say? More? Less? More or less? 800 years. 800, 700. Okay. If we're going to be a little around the middle, between 700 and 800, then you're close. So 650, I see. No. We have to go up. Older than 950. No, go down. 1100. No. Go down. We're not that old. We're not that old like all these southern European cities. It's a quite new city still.
And I'm so grateful I don't need to study another 5,000 years of history when in Amsterdam.
750. So 750, 725,000, 350,000 is too much. 750 is very close.
Yes.
But if it was 750, it would be a big celebration.
Yeah.
For that, we have to wait.
Another 25 years?
25 years? Is it 725?
No, another 25 years before we celebrate 800.
I see it. Cheryl is saying the good one. 748.
Yes. Oh, so like I calculated it wrong. So 2 years and then
2 years,
yeah.
exactly. In
Yeah.
2 years' time from now, we will have our 750 years. And then, of course, what is that birthday? Because that birthday is because 748 years ago and one day, it was the first time that someone was writing down the name of Amsterdam in an official document. So, and that document you can still see it, by the way. It is still somewhere in the city, and that was the official start. That doesn't mean that there were not living some people here already, but it's officially 748.
yes. So
Okay.
it's almost birth certificate of
Yeah.
of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Almost.
So 750. So quite. It's old, but compared to St.
Compared to
Petersburg.
Jerusalem, no,
Or-
compared to St. Petersburg, it's really old because St. Peter is a bit more than 300 years old.
Okay, that's
Yes.
old. But compared to
Jerusalem or even Ashkelon,
yeah.
well, the city where I live in Israel. So yeah, that's really nothing, you know, it's just a crack of a second.
Okay. And a good question, what was it known before Amsterdam? Change the screen again because you're seeing beautiful. Let's walk a little to the drawbridge over there. Now before Amsterdam, but by the way, it is not named Amsterdam in that first document. In that first document, it is still the old name, and the old name was Amsterdam. And later on, we lost the L and the E, and it became Amsterdam. And before that time, most probably it was already. People were already calling it Amsterdam, but it was only not officially written down. So, and look at how beautiful the clouds are. Yes, that's what I also wanted to say. And if you're late, the interesting thing is that this tour, and I'm just gonna say it again, this tour will be on YouTube for a longer time. And you can of course support Anna, because today all the tips, if you're using buy me a coffee, if you're using what do we have, PayPal, or all the other methods that I have, but everything that's coming inside in the coming 24 hours until my next tour, I think that's somewhere tomorrow, is for Anna. So to give her a good start over here in Amsterdam, and I know that a lot of you have already supported her. Here. Oh, look at that. We even have the Palestinian flag over here. As you can see, the war over there is, the people all over the world are talking about it.
Yeah.
Also-
but sometimes people just don't differentiate between Palestine and Hamas. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just have to say this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's one of the sad things, and one of the interesting things. One of the reasons why I really like to live in Amsterdam, that it's a very open city, and that basically all these 750 years that the city has been here, it's always been open for people from all over the world. So it is a city of refugees. the cities of refugees. Originally, a lot of European refugees, Jewish refugees, French refugees, but in the last years, also a place where, for example, refugees from Palestine, but also from other countries, from Syria, for example, were coming. And everyone in the end is welcome, but it doesn't mean that you're also feeling the tensions nowadays in Amsterdam. So, and Barbara, of course, you can also use the PayPal or buy me a coffee of Anna directly. Of course, she can reach that. She can reach that.
Thank you so much, Stephan. Thank you, everyone. I didn't know this is going to be a charity tour, and it's all like really, I'm touched beyond words. This is also awkward. I feel awkward because, like I told Stephan the very first day that I'm not a freeloader, but I feel like I am.
No, you're not.
But thank you. I'm touched beyond words. And so when the whole like mayhem started in Israel, like for the first few days, we thought it would settle down, because, as I said to many of you before, it wasn't the first time we experienced, we had sirens and escalation, and it just was used to be a matter of a few days for things to, before the ceasefire, let's say. But it got different, and when Catherine and Stephan just started texting me, I thought, it's just, they're really being nice to me, but then they said, you will come here and you will work. And I said, work? So not just, just being here and doing nothing, but work. We can work, because for me, there was no work, and I still don't have my license. And by the way, my exam has just been postponed to, for another 2 months. So I'm out of work. I'm not getting any benefits, any compensations from the state, because I don't have a license. And tourism, of course, is non-existent anymore in Israel for a while. And my husband, he just works at the supermarket. And all the rest is the online work. So we can do the online work anywhere. Our son doesn't have to hear all the sirens and ask me if the booms are good. Things like that. So then there's work. So we're here to work, first of all, learn, help our son boost his English as well.
Yeah.
And thank you. I mean it beyond words. Thank you.
No, and to be honest, I am very grateful that you're here, and that you even also want to work for me. I mean that is having such an amazing guide now in my team. I have several amazing guides working for me already, but from all the online tour guides, you are the one that I said immediately, like, if you're coming here, I know your quality, and you're very welcome. So, and I said it already at the start, she did already 2 tours.
Unbelievable.
She did already only 2 weeks over here, and she's becoming already a tour guide in Amsterdam. And
Wow.
that will not stop in the coming weeks. I will train her, or we will train her, so she can do a lot more tours in the coming, at least in the time that you're here. And let's see. Of course, we don't know what the situation will be and how long it will take. But the most important thing, that you are welcome. And of course, you can also do your own tours in Amsterdam. You did already, and keep on doing that.
Thank you.
Just keep on doing that.
Thank
because
you so
you can
much.
do it. Okay. So, had the two of you met before 2 weeks ago? No, not in reality.
No, we keep in touch. We've been keeping in touch all the time, but no, we never really met before.
No, true.
No,
True.
it's
So,
all the Hegel heritage, I would say.
it's basically Hegel heritage, yeah, for sure. So, and of course, we were both on Hegel, and I think that's also for both of us. We were doing also tours from others ourselves. So, when I started virtual guiding, it was completely new for me, and I didn't know how it would work and how to do it in the best way. So I started watching other guides, and one of my inspirations was really Anna, because of the quality and her charm. So I thought, like, okay, I can learn from this to become better.
I remember that tour. Was it around the St. Isaac Square?
Woo, don't know anymore.
Yeah, I think I remember that tour. Actually, I saw Stephan Vandermeer on tour. Stephan something. I remember. So I guess it was that. I think I remember that.
I
tour.
think so. Yeah. So I did several of her tours in St. Petersburg already, and I thought, like, wow, this This is really an inspiration for me.
Thank you.
So, and okay, I'm just in the meantime because we're still at the beautiful beach right now. Ah, look at that, Oscar in front of the in front of the bridge. So now this is called. Okay, Anna. When you're here,
Yeah.
I want you to pronounce the name of this bridge. Do you know it in Dutch?
I tried.
You tried. Okay, can you do
No.
it without?
Without,
Without me saying it first.
I know it only in English, but no,
Okay.
not
Okay,
in Dutch.
Okay, wait. Just let's walk.
Okay.
Let's walk towards the name. Oh, okay. Hello.
I know it's a very romantic bridge, though.
It's a very yeah. That's true. But over here we have the name. The name. Yeah.
Magere brug.
Magere brug. Magere brug.
I'm sorry, I know it sounds horrible.
This.
Magere brug. I'm so sorry, Stephan. I'm so sorry.
I just show our faces again. Say it again.
Magere brug.
Okay, yeah, what you have to do, the Dutch G, it's a little like the G that you also hear in Israel, I think. So,
Yeah.
but we have a very hard G, so it is say mag. Yeah, magere brug.
Magere brug.
So,
But that other G you pronounce the wrong way.
Brug.
The other
Brug.
way, brug.
brug.
Because there is no vowel, I think, after it.
No.
So it's not
True.
voiced.
True. Oh, I'm now trying to change the screen again. Show you how I'm
Yeah.
the magere brug or the skinny bridge.
Yeah, the skinny bridge.
The skinny bridge, that's it in English. It's pronounced a little more easily.
Yeah.
The skinny bridge, and the skinny bridge is a skinny bridge. Nowadays, by the way, originally over the skinny bridge there were even cars going, but nowadays it is only for pedestrians or if you are on the bicycle. And yes, Anna said it already. This is a very romantic bridge.
Yeah.
What do you know about that? Can
I
you
know
tell?
that people, have dates here.
Uh-huh.
I know that newlyweds at least used to come here for photo shoots.
Haha.
So, yeah, that's
Okay.
what I know.
And do you also know where this is coming from?
No.
Okay, let me tell you. Let
Yeah.
me tell you a little story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a little story, and it's a myth. It's an Amsterdam myth, and that
About two
Amsterdam myth
sisters?
about two sisters.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And there are a lot of variations. And the interesting thing is, if you're asking Amsterdam guides, Amsterdam tour guides, everyone has another story about this. So most probably that's with myths. With myths there are a million variations. So, but let's go a little to the other side.
Yeah,
then
sure.
I can also show you upstream. No, but we have to go back to the 17th century. The 17th century, there was a rich trader. He lived in Amsterdam and he has two daughters. And one of his daughters was living in one of the beautiful houses that you can see here on the side of the bridge. And his other daughter, I have to go to the other side.
Yeah.
His other daughter was living at the other side. And these two daughters, they were not only sisters, but they were also really good friends and they loved to see each other. But they're from a rich family, and if they had to see each other, this bridge was not here. Then they had to walk all the way over there to the end of the water. You see, there's now a newer bridge, but there was already a bridge over there, and then back. So that is at least 10 minutes walking, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe eight. And these two were so spoiled that they were complaining to their dad a lot. And then one day their dad said like, okay, I'm just gonna build a bridge. So he started building a bridge. I'm not just going around again. He started building a bridge, but what happened? He did not know that the Amstel River was so deep. So it is not 4 meters deep like the canals, but the Amstel River on some parts, and the part over here is about 11 to 12 meters deep. So 4 times deeper. So he needed a lot more material. And because of that, or that's how the story goes, he could not finish the bridge. So here the concrete parts we have the concrete parts until here. That was finished. Also at the other side, the concrete part was finished, but then he got bankrupt.
Yeah.
He got bankrupt and there was still missing, yeah, what is this? About 30 feet, something like that. 12 meters, something like that.
Yeah.
So the bridge was not finished. So, but Amsterdammers, we are creative. We are creative. So what were Amsterdammers doing? They were starting to place a very long plank. Very long plank. Just a piece of a tree from one side to the other side, so people could still go to the other side. And already soon after that, of course, the sisters were also using it. They loved it because they could see each other again now. It was just 30 seconds of walking, and more Amsterdammers were starting to do that. So there were big crowds over here on both sides to go just over that narrow plank to the other side. And I need a volunteer. You're the only volunteer here now. So,
Sure.
what we're gonna do? I want you to walk to the other side of the bridge, and then we're gonna imagine there's a plank. So Anna is now gonna walk to the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
And so just walk to the other side. You're just gonna stay a little at the right side. So, okay. Anna is now at the other side of the bridge, waiting. Imagine that we have over here, a very narrow plank. We're both in a hurry. You have to go to this side, I have to go to that side. No time to wait, so we're both going over the plank. It's still going like this. And then in the middle part, shit. What to do next? I want to go to the other side. You want to go there. What are we gonna do? We're both in a hurry. I don't want to go back. You don't want to go back. So we have to hold each other. And then, okay, I'm just gonna stop. So we're not very nearby. And then to the other side. And yes, I'm free. I'm free. We're both free. So because of this, come on, we can. You don't have to go over the plank anymore, so you can just use the whole bridge. Because of this, we had to come so nearby each other that people were starting to call this the Bridge of Love, because you almost had to kiss each other to get safely to the other side. And since that time, it is for couples coming over here. If you are a couple and if you're going over this bridge, they say that you have to kiss each other. And if you're kissing each other, then you will be forever together, together for eternal life. So that is the story. So nowadays there are a lot of couples coming over here to do this, to take pictures, to have their wedding shoots, because it's also the bridge that is literally on a lot of Instagram pictures. So it's a very Instagrammable area, as you can. So that is the story. To be honest, one of the variations of the story. About this bridge. So there are also other ones, but there's less fun. So I'm not gonna tell.
Yeah. I probably read the more boring one.
Oh yeah, there are also boring ones.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I said. Like there's so many. There's so many guides, so many stories. So that's why I'm always saying it is just a myth. It's just a myth. So a lot of the other things that we told were all historically correct, but this one, maybe with a, how do you call it, with a piece of salt?
Yeah, treat it with a grain of salt.
A grain of salt. Yeah, it's almost the same as in Dutch.
Or just don't spoil a good story with facts.
Yeah, and there was someone playing didgeridoo. That's true. That was that was didgeridoo. It was not Alex, so that would be amazing to have Alex over here too. But maybe one day. I was telling you at the start. I always have the problem that when doing a tour, that I have a route in mind. And now we are on 40% of the route that I had in mind.
Yeah, and it's 5:54.
And it's 5:54, so we have 5 more minutes. We're never gonna make the whole route.
No.
Is that also?
Yeah.
Is that familiar for you?
Oh yeah, I come by as a notorious overrunner.
Okay. So I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not the only
You
one.
know.
Okay. I always have that problem. And I'm thinking in this phone, it's like, oh, maybe it's not enough stories, not enough locations. And
Yeah.
now we have already, we did 40%. So we're going to do 5 more minutes. And then I saw someone asking, Anna, did you already, what did you see from Amsterdam already?
Oh wait. Sin?
Or typical Amsterdam things or typical Dutch things. What?
Well, typical Dutch thing. Well, I've already had some typical Dutch food.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not going into details now. Otherwise,
No?
we'll never finish.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but well, I've been to the central squares, like to the Dam Square. I walked in the old area, in the Canal Belt.
Okay.
I didn't take a plunge.
Oh, a coffee,
Don't worry.
a coffee shop?
No,
No?
I haven't been to the coffee shop. I know what the coffee shop is, and
Just
you know,
to drink some coffee.
exactly. For me, just the smell of weed is already enough
Yeah.
for it to
Yeah,
kick
yeah,
in. So no, I'm not into this. Plus, in Israel, you could also get it like a prescription thing, and
That's true.
yeah. So I don't need to actually go to a coffee shop to get stoned. Not that I need that. No.
And what about the museums?
I haven't been to any of the museums yet because I've been so busy studying, just catching up with the work I couldn't do because of the war. I teach in the mornings, then I study during the daytime, or I do some tours,
Yeah.
and then I also have my virtual tours, and then I have actually family. Sometimes where are my boys? I'm
Yeah,
here, and where are my
exactly.
boys? So, but Catherine and Stephan arranged the museum cars for us. My boys have already been to many museums. They've been to Rijksmuseum already once. They've been to the Science Museum, to some cool stuff for kids. But I haven't been to any. But I'm going to make it up to myself, hopefully next week.
Next week. Okay.
Yes.
I will plan you on a little less tours. So, but first, I saw people asking a time for a part 2. Yeah, there will be a part 2, and that part 2 will be already on Monday. On Monday, I asked Anna to join me. In two tours about each other, after each other, and it is all about Dutch culture and Dutch food. Plus, and we're not gonna tell anything yet. There will be a very big surprise. I know that you love surprises, but on Monday, check out. There will be 2 tours in a row, and the surprise, of course, if you really want to see the surprise, do already the first one, and it will be a very big surprise. I promise. It will be a very big surprise. And I'm not gonna tell you anything more, but we're also gonna taste a lot of the Dutch food. So I think it's good that we're not wearing earphones on that tour, because otherwise you will hear us
Munching.
yeah, exactly. So, but that will be on Monday, and of course, if you like it, we can do more tours together.
Yeah.
So
But
I
not
mean,
the charity ones.
no, okay. I promise you, it was then we just share.
Go Dutch.
Going Dutch, exactly. Okay, yeah, we can talk. So let's. So on Monday there will be a sort of a part 2, but then with a very big surprise. So really don't miss that one. And I think Anna, you also will have a lot of tours yourself in the coming week. So maybe
Yes.
I don't know your schedule.
Oh, my schedule is, there will be 2 Halloween tours.
Oh, I was going
One
to do
is-
one, but yeah, okay, go on.
Yeah,
go on.
but not about Amsterdam, don't worry.
No,
Not about
okay.
Amsterdam. And they're not going to overlap with yours. I try to schedule so I don't overlap with any of the guides, which is not easy, because we have so many fantastic guides and so many spooky tours. So there's going to be one tour about, Israel. Well, Halloween is not celebrated in Israel, of course. It's not part of the Jewish culture or religion or whatever. But it doesn't mean there are no spooky places, such as a cemetery hewn in the cave with mysterious stories around it, and history, not just stories and legends, like about the bridge. But I don't mean to say it's a bad story or it's completely lies, but I mean history, so historic location. And also I'll be taking you, the tour about Israel is the place I took you last year, so I did this tour only once. So it's going to be still not a premiere, but well, something I haven't done for a long time. And St. Petersburg, a new tour about spooky stories, about the Romanovs, about the curse of the Romanovs.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
about old pagan sites that still, cause many issues in St. Petersburg. There will be more tours about St. Petersburg, Fabergé Museum tours, and hopefully very soon, if I have some more time to study, I will be launching my first tours in Amsterdam in connection with Peter the Great.
Yeah. So that's also cool, because of course there are a lot of connections between St. Petersburg and Amsterdam. So there's enough, I think, that you can do around that.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
one more thing. Misha got a little bit bored because he still has some free time, very little though, because he also teaches English, Spanish, and he takes Grisha to places, and he also teaches him some English as well. So, but he thought to actually do some tours about St. Petersburg, but about the Dutch in St. Petersburg. And he has found some really interesting content. So this is also coming your way. Thank you so much for asking me about all this.
Cool.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. So I also have several tours in the coming days. The ones on Monday are special. Tomorrow I will do a Sunday stroll, as every Sunday, in Rotterdam in a botanical garden. And on Tuesday, of course, Tuesday is Halloween. Then I'll also do a tour. I think it's in between your two Halloween tours. I will do. It's not even a tour. That is an experience. That will be a ghostly experience here in Amsterdam. And to be honest, I think I'm starting around 10 o'clock in the evening for me at this location where we're standing right now. And I'm not going to tell about the myth that I told you about earlier. I'm going to tell you about other spooky stories, and that will be an amazing experience. So hopefully to see a lot of you, or tomorrow, or in the coming days on my tour, on the tours of Anna. We are going, I think, for a drink or so.
Oh, would love to.
If you still have time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oscar always loves to have a drink. So now I want to thank you all for joining. You see again the links to support Anna in this time. So you can use still the crowdfunder, or you can also do my Buy Me a Coffee or Anna's Buy Me a Coffee if you have. So it's all coming for Anna to make to set up her life over here at least for some months. And I'm really grateful that you want to join me, and that you're also now part of my team of guides. That's really amazing.
I'm honored, honestly. Thank you so much, Stephan. Thank you everyone for making this happen. I am touched, I am amazed, and I wouldn't have believed it. Had anyone told me 3 weeks ago that I would be in Amsterdam, hired by Stephan with my family, doing tours here, virtual and in-person tours, which I haven't done in a while, because in Israel you just don't do tours if you don't have a license. But it works different here. And I wouldn't have believed it. The whole thing is so surreal. It's still, I'm still coming to really understanding, just taking this in, and I'm still on my way to just, I don't know, starting all over again. And then I don't know. It's weird, but I'm so grateful. It's a miracle, the whole thing that happened. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Catherine. I know you might be watching us. So you will be watching it.
She is watching.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Honestly, each and everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. See you again another time. Wait. His Oscar is. His
just
clothes
about to
are all a little. Oh, he's waving goodbye. That's why. He had a little cold. So he was a little cold. So.
Yeah.
Bye bye. See you again another time. Bye bye. Oh, and then I always have this problem that I can never find the stop button.